Warning, the following gameplay does include mature content and multiple trigger warnings as listed here. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, Cheshire the Cat on the scene with more of the replay of Rule of Rose.
Oh boy, we're back on the airship!
I'm sorry, I need to do I need to do something to like pull my brain back into reality.
I need to try not to sneeze. Oh no.
Oh no, how's it, Jennifer? Do you remember anything now? I see you only remember the second one. But that's not all of it. You really are a silly girl. You know, it just occurred to me, I wonder if the reason that this part is so particularly jumbled is because she's trying to force herself to remember what happened, and so these other memories are just coming to light along the way.
It is possible.
Oh, wait, did it heal me?
Did it heal you?
It did heal me!
Oh,
Yay, I'm not limping!
good.
Jennifer found the Goat Sisters. Sister. What the... Why am I not seeing the... Here. Okay. Little sister wrote a letter. Ba ba. Big sister munched it up. Ba ba. Little sister studied her notes. Ba ba. Big sister tore them to shreds. Ba ba. Little sister wanted to read Big sister's letter. Sister the letter. So she fetched it from her stomach. With the big sister dead in a pool of amber blood, who was there to read the letter to? Ba ba. So does Meg want to kill Diana, or... What? I think the reason this story threw me off is because it just kind of came out of left field.
I'm not sure what that last page is about, actually.
When the unlucky girl closed the storybook, the wise-looking princess was in the room. The princess said softly, It's not here either. If someone else finds it... This must be something very important to you. Why don't you go find it? I just noticed each of these chapters starts with, there must be something very important to you. Why don't you go find it? Oh, thank God it did heal me. Found Meg's
I think
pencil.
that may be referring to the memories themselves.
Helpless unlucky girl, tell me your tale. Stuck an item. Yes. So, this particular chapter is all about Meg and Diana. I don't need a fish scale, I don't need a fish head, I don't want anything to do with the Little Mermaid chapter or more. Put it away!
But we can't put away the sketch, because that's important.
No, we can't put away the sketch because I ding-donged. Again.
I think that was... I think that just kind of was an oversight, but things like that were pretty common in this era of games.
That you couldn't do one thing, so it's like, oh, now that's in your inventory forever.
I think there was a lot of issues with, like, PlayStation 1 games, where you could lose a key item, and that may have been a safeguard against that, but they also didn't have anything in the code to just be like, oh, you don't need this now, because it's looking for a trigger from another item or from a cutscene.
Can I take the axe? No? Alright.
I mean, I'm not sure it would be better than the umbrella.
No, but I just thought it'd be funny. I wanted to see if I could. Okay, I do know that I want a lot of healing items because this fight is actually... It's not more difficult than the mermaid fight, but this boss does a lot of damage. That I remember. Oh, right. I need to find Meg.
I think. I think they just run in a straight line, don't they?
Mm-hmm. And I can pick up the lollipops following them. Which is nice, because those are big healing items.
Don't try to combo hit them unless they're grouped up. But that's just kind of this game's comment in a nutshell.
Yeah. Found the aristocrat page. The Red Crayon Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the prince and princess. I promise to love thy neighbors. So who is the prince in this case?
That was Jennifer.
I shall offer a monthly gift. I shall punish the unfaithful. So she was just... So is it implied that she's just brown? You good there? Okay.
What?
Brown was like fidgeting behind one of the boxes.
Oh. That's the Monster Hunter level.
So is it implied that Jennifer was just as bad to the other kids as they were to her?
Yes and no, because she and Wendy, led the Aristocrats Club for a while.
But it feels more like Diana, Meg, and Eleanor just kind of usurped it from under them.
That pretty much happened after, Wendy was effectively exiled.
See, this is where the game confuses me because so they bullied Jennifer after Brown had been found dead?
Oh, they definitely bullied her before she became the prince.
Mm-hmm.
But they also bullied Wendy after she was basically thrown out of the Aristocrats Club.
Stray Dog's notes. The notes are for the monster Stray Dog, as described to us by the beautiful Princess of the Rose. He's big, strong, scarred, loyal, talkative, cleanly, and he kidnaps children who don't do their chores. So this is Gregory.
Yeah.
Stray Dog is Gregory. Current tasks: Stray Dog investigation, 1 floor restroom. Gather notes from rumors scribbled on walls assigned to Susan. Which one was Susan again?
Do not know, but I can check. Of course, it's also possible that some of these are just, No, Susan's the girl with the pigtails.
Okay, the one that has like a really Scottish accent. Scottish accent? Irish accent?
The one in the brown dress.
Yeah.
The one you were asking if she was the crying princess. She's
Because she was tweeting on a chair. Freezing compartment. Yeah, here we go, and then I get thrown in. Yay, brown! It was normal brown for that cutscene. And then here I find the ice pick. Optional and terrible weapon.
might be a surprisingly effective weapon. If my T-pick is of any indication.
Oh, Diana, I love you with all my heart. But then it's all scratched and red. Yeah, Meg. And now I have to deal with the goats. Oh. Okay, never mind. It's all done.
Oh, well.
That was easy. No, because it's the goats with the scissors that I had a hard time with. The actual goat sisters.
Yeah, that's not here yet.
That's closer to the end of this chapter. So here's a question that just crossed my mind. Would you say Meg is relatively normal?
As normal as any of these kids could be. Really.
Like we talk about Diana being a psychopath, Amanda clearly having some
Pretty serious mental and intellectual issues.
and then Jennifer who is traumatized, but it's possible that Jennifer just completely it would make sense for Jennifer to be an amnesiac just from the shock and trauma.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, during the time frame of this, PTSD would not be what this had been called. It would have been called shell shock.
Yeah. It was something that until the end of World War One, they weren't entirely aware of. They didn't know really the effects of trauma on people. It actually took the name shell shock because it was something they first really recorded in people who had survived shellings during World War One.
The people that had to fire those big mortar artilleries.
The people who survived being on the other end of them.
Brown is barking like crazy. Jennifer found Meg's notebook. But so when I say the word normal, I guess I mean neuroptical? Why am I blanking on these words? I literally was reading on them before recording this.
Oh wait, like neurotypical?
Neurotypical, thank you.
I mean, possibly, because again, that was something that was not really even considered. That until the mid-1940s, early 50s.
Okay. Oh. Let's see. So, I mentioned that because when I've noticed that in some of the chapters, when Meg isn't like doting on Diana, she's actually kind of nice to the other kids. Like, she reads stories to the ones that can't read. She helps look for stuff. Like, she's actually not a bad person. She's just infatuated with a terrible person.
Yeah.
So, I guess it would be the thing of, like, Diana is fully aware and manipulating, whereas Meg is just naive.
Yeah, because Meg is, again, about as quote-unquote normal as any of these kids really could be.
Mm-hmm. Here. The Prince and the Princess Aristocrat Club Manners. Meg's Invitation Corner. Finding the Land of the Imps. The Prince and the Princess. Aristocrat Manners Lesson 1. Curtsying. I just noticed the princess is in an entirely red dress and the prince is a teddy bear.
That's the bear you see Joshua carrying around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed that they actually had, like, angles to the diagram of how to curtsy. Really? Wait, is this real? Like, curtsying is a specific angle and everything?
So in some time periods, there were, like, very strict, oh, hello. There were very strict rules for etiquette.
I'm actually... Sorry, sound alert.
Life's B3 love.
Thank you for the love, Ferret. Thank you for the biddy. I appreciate.
It's also how, like, fashion was occasionally taken to some extremes. Like, Edwardian corsets, which were both worn by both men and women, because that extremely narrow waist was, the fashionable, it showed
appealing.
status.
Yeah.
And having that being properly carried and having proper etiquette was, and sometimes in places, very important. Do I drink the other beer, or do I just drink tea?
Aristocrat Manners Lesson 2, Hosting. Words of the Princess of the Red Rose. Jennifer. There. Jennifer, your efforts this month deserve special recognition. You managed to find Peter and will be amply rewarded. See, drink both at the same time, says Ferret. Oof. Beer tea.
Would that just be kombucha? Am I wrong, though?
You're not? I've never actually had kombucha. The only kombucha that they have, like, by me is the stuff that's pre-bottled, like American processed.
I usually get, like GT Synergy brand.
I'll have to look into
Because
that.
that's what the store sells. Try to find a store that sells kombucha in reasonable amounts. Otherwise, if it sits for too long, it can taste vinegary. Really vinegary.
Meanwhile, me, who used to actually take shots of vinegar.
You'll be fine then. I've got one in the fridge that's, elderflower, jasmine, and lavender.
Ooh.
It is stupidly floral.
It sounds amazing. Shots of pickle juice. I've done that too.
No, thank you.
I was a
Pickle.
stupid kid. I like pickles. Love pickles.
No, I mean, they sell shots of pickle juice at the local grocery store. I just don't like dill pickles.
Why would they sell shots of pickle juice? You know what? That doesn't have to...
Because there are athletes here who swear by pickle juice.
Bringing up the text on the screen, I want to point out... Getting back to what we're here for... We'll save how silly the South is for we didn't want to be on this planet anymore. Moving on.
No.
Oh god, what if we made that an episode? I might lose half my fan base.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. So Words of the Princess of the Red Rose. Jennifer, your efforts this month. I find it interesting how this is worded because you don't, again, the player is like, oh, I found Peter. Therefore, I have been amply rewarded as Jennifer. Not Princess of the Red Rose Jennifer.
No, that's Wendy addressing Jennifer. Yeah.
Meg's Invention Corner. Torture chair. Spinning chair. Oh. What did I say about Meg being neurotypical? In Europe, they sell bottled pickle juice to athletes instead of Gatorade. What the fuck? Why?
It does have electrolytes. It's got salt. It's got sugar.
I mean,
Got
I
all of that
guess.
in.
Torture bag. Song for an onion. Onion bag. Secrets of the land of... Ripped page. Playroom. Following the popularity of airships, the orphanage built several... That's it. As the unlucky girl stared at the black goat, it let out a desperate cry. Would there actually have been goats and animals on a Zeppelin?
Not likely.
Because there's too much of a risk that they'd pop the ship.
Yeah, but the orphanage is in the countryside, so you could have just found a goat somewhere.
Perfect timing. Jennifer, I have a job for you. Part of this letter was torn off and is missing. I need you to go find it. Oh, Diana, Diana, wherefore art thou? We already have the other half of the letter. Seems to be a letter meant for Diana, but it is torn and impossible to read. Except we have the other half. Technically. Look. Oh, yeah, no, it's not because it's all scratched up. Isn't it implied that Diana herself is the one who ripped the letter?
I think so.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. I can drop the pages up till now, right?
Which one?
Like the aristocrat page and stuff, as long as I don't drop the love letter?
No, I think if you've already found the targets, you don't need it anymore. I think that's what that list is for.
Oh. Want to find using that. Want to remove this. And... drop Meg's notebook. So Meg would have been keeping notes on everything that happened between Wendy and Jennifer.
Basically, yeah.
Like a little secretary.
Basically, she's like the, what's the word? She keeps the minutes of the meetings, basically.
Mm-hmm. The typographer? Is that what they're called?
It's either typographer or stenographer, and I'm not sure which.
The person that, like, types everything that's being said during a court.
Yeah.
During a court case. I feel like I'm gonna say something completely different than what we said in the subtitles and just be like, you dingbat, didn't you read court cases in high school for a hobby? That's not even a joke,
I think court proceedings are interesting.
Oh yeah. Where could it have gone? I think the only thing that bugs me is that is the story implies that Meg and Diana are sisters when Meg wrote a love letter? By naming them the Goat Sisters?
I think it's just because they live at the orphanage together, to be honest.
Alright, get out of here, you little imps. Oh god, there's all the goats. Oh god, get off me.
I think you're just supposed to run.
Run button, square, okay. God, I hate that the goats laugh at you. So, can I ask a completely random question that has nothing to do with the story, but something that just kinda, like, actually weirds me out a little bit? Why do goat pupils look the way they do?
Sure, but I noticed that, like, horse and cow pupils also look like that, so...
Where they're like lines?
I don't know if there's an evolutionary advantage to that.
But damn, it look freaky. It
Might have something to do with field of view, because I know that, horses and cows have good field of view, but poor binocular vision.
Hmm. I mostly bring it up because like it helps them see predators.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, there's an interesting point. Rabbits, okay.
Okay.
Rabbits can see almost 360 degrees around them. But they have blind spots directly in front and behind them.
Alright, there's the scissors. Sorry, I'm listening. I just remember...
Yeah.
Really the problem is that reach, but once I kill one of them, that's it. Brown, you wanna...
Oh.
Okay. Okay, that's one. Because those scissors do a crap ton of damage.
Yeah.
And they're fast, too. Well, fast being relative. Can I point out how
Fast
amazing
for this game.
the music in this game is?
It is.
You two work well together. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have known each other for... Jesus,
Like-
a decade and a half? 14,
Yeah.
15 years?
14 years.
Wait, did I forget something in that room?
Don't know. Let me double check on the guide. Yeah, we're using a guide because
I've already
It's
beat this
roll
game. I've already beat this game fair and square.
examine the clock.
Okay. Here we go. Ugh. Well, and again, this is Diana setting you up 3 times in a row.
There you are. There you are.
The voice acting in this game is phenomenal too.
Especially for the time this game came out.
Like, this game wouldn't have had any big name voice actors behind it. And I don't think it did. These were just like people that they were like, hey, this game came out, do you want to be a voice in it? And they're like, yeah, sure.
And sometimes it comes out better. And I noticed that with Fallout 4, where the female character was just like an indie voice actor.
Mhm.
But her voice acting is so much better than the male characters that I really cannot play as the male character.
I just noticed that her voice gets deeper, like, at the end. For Meg, it's into the onion bag for her. Uh-huh. So how many of these bugs would have been venomous?
I can't actually think of anything that's seriously venomous in England. Unless you were allergic to like wasps or hornets.
The fact is, it's still terrible.
It's terrible. A mantis could bite or pinch and hurt, but
The spider?
no, most spiders are not medically significant. It's actually real rarity for a spider to be medically significant.
Because she just stops reacting in that bag after all, which implies that she killed everything that got dropped on her.
Or she passed out like she did in the one cutscene.
When she saw the rat all dead on the end of the stick.
Yeah.
See, I think what we're supposed to be getting from these 3 chapters is Diana hates us.
Diana just enjoys hurting people.
Oh, there's... A ragged goat doll is lying on the floor. Underneath it is a piece of paper. Here we go. Even true love is quickly shredded by... Here we go. Here you go, the Goat Sisters. I wish I had subtitles for this page, because I can see that there's text there, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be so blurred we can't read it.
See if I can look into the wiki.
The Goat
What
Sisters
if that was a localization thing?
peek along the sky? Is that what it says? Peek along to the sky?
No, there is no subtitles for that first page, apparently.
But there's dialogue there.
There's dialogue there, but it was never...
Huh. Let me see here. It's just like the Lancers, we along to the sky. Together, sky? Something like that. Little sister wrote a letter. Ba ba. Big sister munched it up. Ba ba. Little sister studied her notes. Ba ba. Little sister tore them to shreds. Ba ba. Little sister wanted to read big sister the letter, so she fetched it from her sister's stomach. Big sister dead in a pool of her own amber blood. Who was there to read the letter to? Ba ba. Oh, I just noticed something. If you look really closely in the corner, there's a character that's introduced right after the two sisters, but right there at the left of the page, there's Gregory.
Yeah.
It's the stray dog.
That may actually be the reference to the massacre then.
Who's there to read the sisters? Who's there to read the letter to? Ba ba. Even true love is quickly shredded by conflict. So that would also be referring to Wendy and Jennifer.
Yeah.
The unlucky girl remembered the promise she made to her dear friend, so she wrote it on a chalkboard. It's... Never forget it ever again. Is it strange that I think the most subtle thing implied in this is the fact that Jennifer and Wendy were budding lesbians?
It's put together as children would see it. So maybe it wasn't entirely a romantic relationship, but an adult would probably see that as a romantic relationship.
I guess that's the question on this is, like, it's very clear that Wendy and Jennifer did love each other. Like, very much. I guess but also, they are children.
Yeah. Like, how many times do you see people who have a really strong platonic bond, and
Hi.
people think it's a romantic one?
Hi, Final. I'm Cheshire. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Twitch chat.
Oh, no.
We laugh about this, but there have been, like, multiple instances where people think we're going out and we're not.
Yeah, no.
It's... I'm sorry. I feel like this is worth mentioning just because of the fact that, like... This is our friendship in a nutshell. I think of, like... I think of, like, the running gag of them being like, so are you hitting on them? I'm like, no. I was like, no, I don't think you understand. People can be friends and it is okay.
Yeah.
Like... Do it...
Like,
Nah.
people have this weird expectation that everyone is going to be in a romantic relationship.
And some people just aren't.
Like, you like spending time with someone. Oh, you must like them. You should ask them. No.
No.
You don't have to. You can be really close to somebody and not want to be in a relationship with them.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but I gotta redeem. I'm gonna quick do this.
Oh, boy.
I'm a hurricane cutie!
Oh, okay. And I get to hear it twice because I'm sitting in the call and the stream.
Oh no. Oh no. But I think this is a good opportunity. Do you want to have the pleasure of saying it for yourself, or do you still want me to be the one to say it?
I need to.
Well,
No, I'll let you say it. I was gonna put my emo in there, and then I'm like, oh, my sub expired. I gotta fix it.
Where is it? There it is. Yes, he is. He is a spider. He is. Yep. Alright, I'll say I speak for Final on these topics simply because his family doesn't really give him any privacy. And frankly, he would catch hell for saying this out loud, which is dumb, and I will forever
I'm pretty sure they know that I'm ace.
among other just the ace part among other things.
Yeah.
But he the reason he and I laugh whenever people like talk about us being a thing is because he is Ace Arrow, and I know this. And like even before I was a streamer, people would be like, "So you seem to really get along with Final," and I'm just like, "Yeah." And like that's kind of it. It's just we get along. That's it. So you hear that about
Almost
Final
like we've been friends for over a decade.
And we just like Final has seen me at my absolute worst, and he is my best. I'm not gonna lie. I know for a fact that I've said and done things. I'm surprised you've stuck around.
Always be here.
Yeah. And now my whole YouTube can hear how much of a sap we are.
Excellent.
Awesome. What's that? People being friendly and platonic in a way that's not romantic or ship-worthy on YouTube or Twitch? I can't fap to this.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. I can't fap to this. Blasphemy. I don't know where that came from, but God, it felt good to say that, actually. No, and this is something else I want to put the pin in a common misunderstanding. And I've called this out on stream, and now I want to call it out on my YouTube. Yes, I am non-binary. Yes, I am pan. This doesn't mean I'm looking for a relationship, nor does it mean I want to rate any parts of your body that get shoved into my DMs without my permission. Thank you. And fellas, unless if you're trying to give me a confidence boost, I'm sorry, your message ain't doing anything for me. Oh, sorry, did I just insult? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're at like 30 now. I'm famous enough to have 30 dicks in my DMs.
Now.
Look, I'm not gonna shame anybody. Like, if you did it, that means you had the confidence to do it. And you know what? Good for you. Not saying I'm interested, but good for you. But the fact of the matter is, that doesn't mean I'm just gonna go hit on everybody willy-nilly. Like, if I flirt with people and they flirt back, that is my business and nobody else's. If I were to play around with people, in a way to say it nicely, that is between them and me and nobody else. So anyone who wants to be like, a VTuber has to be pure, they are my person, they pay attention to me, they're dedicated to me, that's... No, we are ourselves, we don't belong to anybody. This is a weird discussion for a horror game. It's fitting. It's fitting regarding this chapter. But I'm getting sidetracked, and you know what? Now that I've said all this out loud, Final, I am sorry if I've made you uncomfortable.
Oh, what? I'm sitting here eating chips and drinking beer. You're good.
God, I'm just
Dude,
like,
you gotta remember, I grew up in bars in West Virginia.
No, not that part. I meant the part where people. Well, you know what? Fuck it. You're good. Oh my God, he just went dead silent, and all I hear is, "No, man, I'm just stuffing my face. You're fine." I could hear you in my head already saying, "No, you're having a moment. I'll just let you have your moment." You two are good people, though. Thank you. And
Thank you.
that's like the bottom line of this is what I'm getting at is my business is my business, and if I spend time with people in a romantic or inappropriate way, that is between me and them. If I make a mistake or do something that is stupid, I will come up and say, "Hey, I made a mistake." And that is something that I hope. Not to say that streamers are fake, not to say that VTubers are fake, I am not cancel culture, blah blah blah, but I do hope that my honesty, the reason I am a mature streamer is because I can only be honest. I have no filter. I don't know if that's just because of my autism, my PTSD, or just because I straight up am at an age and point in my life where I don't care about anything anymore. I frankly don't. But I want to put my best foot forward, and I would rather be disliked for being myself than liked for being a lie. You know?
Mm.
So if you guys have any questions for me or want to know anything about me, say something in the comments for the people in YouTube. I have a Discord for a reason. People, feel free to ask me questions. I will answer whenever I can, and I'm more than happy to. And now that I have vented all of that out in a completely nonsensical ramble and have gone past the point of having anything to do with this game, can you tell I'm tired?
It is 11:30, so yes.
Uh-huh. I think that for now, do you have any final thoughts for the chapter?
So I think this chapter is one that really cements Diana's manipulative she's a manipulator. And we've seen this a couple of times, but now we're seeing that she is actively willing to toy with people who are actually interested in her just for seemingly no reason other than cruelty.
Like, I think this also drives in that, yeah, Meg is kind of like the right hand to Diana, but she is just as innocent as the other kids. Like, in the long run.
Like I said, Meg is about as normal or as innocent as any of these kids could be, given the situation they're in and the pressure put on them by the rest of the aristocrat club. Because we know why Jennifer is there. We don't know why any of the other kids are there.
That's true. We don't know. Kids are, by definition, innocent as they are a product of how they are raised. And given that these are kids in an orphanage in the 30s, and the only adults in their life are Hoffman and Maria, question mark? The maid?
I double check her name.
There's so many names in this game. I'll be impressed if I actually get one right.
Martha.
Damn it! I'll be impressed if I get one right. Nope. Damn.
Oh,
well,
no.
I mean, she dies in chapter 3, so does anyone really care about her?
And this is also a fair point.
No, she dies in chapter 1. Chapter 2. Chapter 1. Early on. She dies on early on enough that you just kind of like go, oh no, she's gone, and then you pick your nose and walk away. But the fact is that Martha and Hoffman are the two quote-unquote adults in these kids' lives, so odds are they're not actually getting a proper raising. Or a proper... I don't think he's even, like, educating them, really. Like, he's just teaching them how to read and numbers.
Yeah, and for this being roughly World War One England, that would not have been entirely uncommon.
Not orphanages during that time period were never really good. Technically, they still aren't. Well, 2 points. 2 points of this. An orphanage is expected to raise X number of children with a more than likely less than sufficient amount of adults who are not parents. But most likely not parents. And so, because of the fact that there is no actual parental connection between the adults and the children, there's no authority. When you see what the orphanage looks like, it is covered in crayon marks and graffiti and dirty laundry and garbage everywhere. And Martha's trying to keep the place clean, but also watching over that many kids is not easy. So
Good luck watching over one kid.
Give and take. Good luck watching over one kid when you don't care. So I'm not saying the adults are, like, completely free from blame. They still do terrible things. Like, if Hoffman was doing terrible things to Claire and some of the other girls, well, let's just say Martha wasn't being terrible to the kids, too.
I mean, bare minimum, she was emotionally abusive, and we know that.
Mm-hmm. She thought they all were just filthy wretches.
Yeah, and that was not... It's unfortunately not an uncommon viewpoint of orphans then. So it's...
Aside from that, so... This game has me, like... There's the other thing I want to bring up on this is... Remember how in the last chapter we talked about how there are subtle symbolisms, and then there's just what the player is seeing because their viewpoint is kind of pigeonholed?
Yeah.
The only thing that I gathered when I was playing through these the first time was Chapter 3, or Chapter 4, Diana's a bitch. Chapter 5, Diana's a bitch. This chapter, Diana's a bitch. That's kind of the only thing that you really pick up, because Diana's being incredibly aggressive towards Jennifer. Especially that being kind of the only thing that you as the player get to see in the Mermaid chapter and in this chapter, especially. But it is sprinkled across all three. So, while Joshua is so busy saying, Jennifer, you were a bad girl, do you remember why? The entirety of this is Diana bullying Jennifer.
Yeah.
And manipulating everyone around her to treat her like shit.
Even manipulating Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really not okay.
Manipulating Hoffman in ways that are very heavily implied.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, kind of random, but something I noticed while watching the cutscene on repeat while waiting for stream. When Diana lifts her dress the highest when doing a curtsy, you can find bandages and scars on her legs.
Yeah.
So, what's not to say that she and Claire didn't have similar fates with Hoffman?
Yeah, there's an implication of that.
But Diana took it for a joyride, whereas Claire was suffering.
Like, Diana has a constant need to be in control, and that's seen a lot in this game.
Right up to the end.
Yeah.
Actually, no, even at the end, even when she's like, okay, Jennifer, you tell us what to do, it's like, you're still saying, you tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if this was World War II time in Europe, then that's worse, as those orphanages probably got more than they are used to. This is just before World War II. This is 1930 to 1931. So, yeah. Oh god, we are nearing the 1 hour mark again. Any last thoughts?
For this chapter, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Alright. Then, for the folks on YouTube, this is Cheshire the Cat signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next month. Till then, take care. Ta-ta for now.